Let's play.
I wish कि मेरे 10 million followers हो जाए. भाई.
All right. Oh, you made something for Samay, for Tanmay, you got millions of views.
इस गंजेपन का कोई इलाज दे दो भगवान.
So today we will show you how AI agents work with Claude and Seedance 2.0. Reveal top storytelling secrets from a creator who got more than 100 million views on Instagram without showing his face.
Done all of this in the matter of like 4 to 5 months.
But is it even legal?
Lessons
from a Faceless channel that gained over 20,000 followers in less than 1 month. How do you get a good story?
A story consists of basically 3 acts. First, there is a character who faces a problem. He goes through that, some change happens, and then third is the payoff. So plot twist is the main thing where I start, and then I reverse engineer everything.
How to make the most of the AI gold rush.
I have closed a 5-figure client.
So it's safe to say that AI has literally changed your life. You relate with Spider-Man because Spider-Man is like a weak character, but the villains are like really powerful, right?
So the 3% rule is basically you need to take one concept and only change it by 3%, and it will become a fully original idea.
And should we make a story together? I will do the AI part, you do the storytelling part.
It's really good.
I think अगर यही एक human team को बनाना पड़ता है, at least 1-2 दिन तो लगता है. By the end of this conversation, you will know exactly how to prompt a great story inside of Topview, how to build a solid storyline using their agent first infinite canvas, and how to get ahead of 99% of AI editors in 2026. So without further ado, let's get started.
I wish कि मेरे 10 million followers हो जाए और मैं बनाऊं the most famous person in the world. भाई.
Big fan, bhai fan,
भाई.
All right. So I'll tell you the process that we follow to make this.
Yeah.
ठीक है. सबसे पहले, I think after making a bunch of these AI videos, you've realized that it's more about the concept as
Exactly.
compared to the visuals and the prompts, right? So we were very excited about Obsession. Everybody's going crazy about it. In fact, Obsession as a movie is something जो बहुत कम budget में बनी, and now they've made so much of income, right? I don't think it's because of their ability to use a great camera or to do like really fancy visual effects. I think it all came down to the core concept,
Exactly.
the core emotion. Now, in this entire software, we were first able to figure out piece by piece on how the entire story looks like. So the way this works is that I would go and first give it a basic concept. Then we would end up creating the environment. Sometimes the environment would not look good. Then we would upload my face. And then एक एक करके we would prompt here itself. So now I'm not going to be like, जैसे usually tools में क्या होता है, you right click and then you prompt and choose the model. Now here I don't need to choose the model. So as you can see, the entire process is becoming easier and easier. The execution part is becoming very easy.
Exactly.
But now my question to you is, वो जो core reason होता है for a video success, the core idea, the core concept, how do you think somebody can get better at that? How do you get all the ideas? You know, you made something for Samay, for Tanmay, you got millions of views. See, everybody had AI. Everybody had LLM models, but you were the one who went viral.
Yeah.
What was your reason? How do you get a good story?
It definitely depends on the person's ability to get like creative with stories. Like we have all grown up with watching Bollywood movies, and we have all watched like very corny movies as a kid, right? So it was like, how can we create those snippets in like 60 seconds and make it as humorous and as like in the face as possible? So I would say the person who will use this to its fullest potential is the person who has the writing skill capability, how we can capture the viewer's attention in order to showcase different emotions in the video.
But then Theoretically, this sounds great. The
Yeah.
ability to capture someone's emotion, the ability to tell a great story. In this case, we knew that obsession is an emotion where, okay, you're obsessed with somebody or maybe you desire somebody. And that's why I think the movie became a hit. A lot of girls said that, oh, if I were crazy, I would totally act like this. So a lot of girls are now dragging their boyfriends to like watch the movie, right? A lot of guys are watching the movie and they're like, oh, maybe, the girl that I really liked, maybe I should not ask for her to fall in love with me, right? Like I had gone to Gemini and I asked, after I watched Obsession, I asked Gemini, okay, what is the right way to ask a good wish? Right? And Gemini told me that anytime you ask for a wish, you should never ask for the outcome. You should ask for enough strength so that you can build to that destination. Right? So you should never say, oh, I want $1 million.
Yeah.
You should probably say that, okay, give me so much of intelligence and so much of strength that I can earn $1 million.
Definitely.
Right? And if you do that, and if you reach $1 million step by step, then there's a higher chance.
Definitely.
So asking for the right wish is also a thought that got triggered. So when you watch a piece of video, multiple audiences have multiple perspectives. Right now, if you are making an AI video, you want maximum people to watch it. So now you want a relatable emotion. You want something जो बहुत सारे लोग उससे relate करे. Only then this thing will become a hit. How do you make something relatable? How do you decide that, okay, this is something I want to make with AI and this will 100% be a success?
In my opinion, people have very similar experiences in life. You can see on different platforms, there are a lot of courses, videos around fixing those problems. The way they package their videos to showcase that, okay, this is the problem, but this is the solution, and the way they take you through that journey, that is the core mechanism to creating a story. Even in this, in Obsession, not to give any spoilers, why he asked for a wish? Because there was a problem. And the wish was basically the solution.
Got it. So now if I had to double down to a components of a story, right? You're saying that I want to make a great story. A story has a main character.
Yeah.
The main character has some kind of a problem. There is a setting, there's an environment. Then there's like music and all those extra things, right? So we want to figure out how can we use AI to then ideate on each and every component. So we started with this assumption that if I build a unique character, if I build a unique problem, if I create a new setting, if I put them together, I'll end up with a great story. I'll tell you where we got stuck. So I'll show you on the screen. So we wanted to create like a chasing sequence. So the first thing was we created an environment. Then we were exploring with different lightings. I gave it my entire face, and then we were able to make like this kind of a character sheet.
Yeah.
After that, we were able to create multiple environments. So let's just say ki jharna hai, jungle hai, all of these things. The interesting part here is that once this entire thing is done, I can just go to my agent and type that this is the story I want. And then there are two buttons here. One is preview storyboard, one is generate video. We always recommend people to first make the storyboard first so you can visualize how the final video will look like. So storyboard banaya, we created multiple variations of it, and then from a single storyboard, we clicked on generate video, and then we got these videos. So I want to show you what we created. Ab yahan pe issue kya hua? That of course, we thought we'll make a great character, we'll make a great tiger and all of these problems. So the final output will look great.
Yeah.
But then when we showed it to people, they're like, oh, it's just like an AI video.
Yeah.
Right? Like, why would I share this? Why would I watch something like this? So how do you go from just an AI video to a viral video, right? How do I think कि अच्छा ठीक है किस तरीके का story मुझे किस तरीके का idea आना चाहिए किस तरीके के मैं part जोड़ूं. So first I'll show you what failed, ठीक है?
Yeah.
And then I'll show you some other sample as well. So let me just play this for you. Right, तो अब क्या है इसमें ऑन अ थ्योरेटिकल लेवल हमने एक शेर ले लिया है, जंगल ले लिया है, और जब हम सोच रहे थे हमको लगा था तो बहुत ही एक्साइटिंग होगा, बट जब फाइनल आउटपुट बना वी लाइक देयर इज नो स्टोरी हियर, right? And that is why I feel like tools like these can help a writer or a filmmaker test their ideas before they pump in their own money. If you were working on this, how would you use something like this to come up with something that has a chance of becoming successful?
I would say the number one skill set that anyone can learn right now is the fundamentals of storytelling. So to give you a very surface level idea, a story consists of basically 3 acts. Okay, first there is a character who faces a problem, he goes through that, some change happens, and then third is the payoff.
And should we make a story together? Can we work on a story?
For sure.
Okay, so what I'll do is, I will do the AI part, you do the storytelling part. Okay, I know AI, but I do not know storytelling. So let's create a story together. Okay, so we're gonna go here into the canvas mode, and whatever frameworks you're telling, let's start creating a story from scratch.
Perfect.
When you think about a video idea, what is the first thing you do? Do you think about the character or the situation or the emotion? How does that look like?
The first thing that I would do is like think about what is the one problem and how can I solve that problem in the most hilarious and like create like a plot twist.
Plot
Okay.
twist. Okay.
So plot twist is the main thing where I start and then I reverse engineer everything because World Cup is really popping off right now. So let's say that I want to showcase that Ansh scores the goal. Football, a match where a human and from another planet, another creature has been brought up. Like whoever wins saves their planet.
Okay. Okay. So it can also be like Lagan, where if I lose the match, then aliens take over.
Exactly.
Something like that.
I want to make things absurd as possible and showcase that in 60 seconds.
And तो यहाँ पे मैं ये भी बोल सकता हूँ that you're trying to break a pattern, because right now there's this creator called Kumar. Like he went completely viral. He was like an accountant who made a video in like a Kanye West style, and I was so disappointed. Every other creator is just copying the guy. Like they've lost the entire point. Like Kumar became successful because of the contrast and the pattern break, that you will never visualize an accountant doing something like that. So जैसा कि आपने बोला, it's me playing football with an alien, and then the core emotion is to probably save
The
my
planet. Yeah.
Right? ठीक है. So what I'm going to do is, let's describe this idea सबसे
Yeah.
पहले. So we want to make a 60-second video where it's me, Ansh Mehra, and I am competing with an alien on a football field, and the story is that if I lose the football match, the alien is going to take over the planet. So it's very similar to Lagan's concept, where if I lose the match, I will lose my planet to the alien. So let's make a script around that.
The alien first like wins. Maybe he cheats. Maybe he like knocks you out. But then you stand back up and then you score the goal and then you win.
But I really like the part of alien cheating. It escalates, and then as a viewer, you are always relating to that David versus Goliath wala thing, right? Like आप जब कोई movie देखते हो जहाँ पे जैसे Spider-Man में,
Exactly.
you relate with Spider-Man because Spider-Man is like a weak character, but the villains are like really powerful, right? And every hero villain movie, the villain is insanely powerful. So you're like, how will this guy ever beat
Yeah.
him?
Yeah.
So I think that emotion we should capture.
Definitely.
कि Ansh is completely unprepared. He's thrown into the field. The alien is like cheating and doing everything. ठीक है. So ये तो था जो हमने decide किया. Let's see what the agent thought.
Yeah.
So agent has said we will have an underdog sci-fi sports drama. तो underdog उसने भी pick करा, common pattern. A cosmic intruder lands on a city football field at dusk and stakes Earth on a one-on-one match. Ansh Mehra, a kid from the streets, captain on paper, terrified inside, must outplay a being older than language. Like Lagan, the whole world watches a single game and then they decide everything. Unlike Lagan, the opponent doesn't even share our physics. So surprisingly, it knows about Lagan. Okay. ठीक है. अब इसने पहले 12 सेकंड का बनाया है. A shadow swallows the floodlit pitch as a mirror smooth ship descends through the haze. The crowd freezes mid-cheer. From the ship steps the alien striker. One match, one goal each, lose and this planet is mine. ठीक है. Ansh is standing alone at the center circle, jersey clinging to his back, swallowing hard. Strongest image, floodlights reflecting off the alien's chest plate, painting Ansh's face in cold red. Like काफी ज़्यादा detail में लिख दिया है.
I think that's a really good thing because this solves a lot of the problem that a beginner and like a storyteller might have. We didn't talk about the specific details, but through this we can create more ideas that, oh, I want this. So we can go into different branches. So I really like this.
Plus, see, I also believe that everything that AI gives to us, the writer and director will now work on top of this. Like,
Exactly.
obviously, you can't really take this clip and put it on a PVR.
Yeah.
But before you make something for a PVR or for the cinema release, you can save a lot of time and money in these things. Because यहाँ पे vocabulary is also playing a huge role.
Yep.
Like maybe you and I had something very, very similar, but इसका जो vocabulary है, the details with which it's describing something, like it's so difficult for a human. ठीक है, so let's just say recommended duration is 60 seconds. Then it's saying say okay, and then I will move to the style and characters. So I'm just gonna press on okay. ठीक है, let's just say ये क्या करता है. So now it has created cinematic IMAX science fiction sport. Let's see इसने किस तरीके से prompt लिखा है. Do we have the audience or should we keep it empty?
I think we should have an audience that would raise the stakes.
करेक्ट. एंड देन इसका एक बार स्टोरी भी पढ़ते हैं कि ये उसने बाद में क्या सोचा है. सो इसने बोला है कि अच्छा, इसने वो पूरा बॉल का आर्क का भी दिखाया हुआ है कि बीच में कुछ तो बॉल के साथ वो चीटिंग वीटिंग करेगा. एंड देन एंडिंग इज दैट past the alien's outstretched hand through the floodlight glare into the top corner of the net. Silence breaks into a roar. The alien lowers his head. One slow nod, the ship lifts into a dawn that wasn't there a second ago. Final image, Ansh on his knees at the circle, at the center circle, sunrise breaking behind him. Okay. तो इस तरीके से इसने प्रॉपर पूरा वाइब बनाया है. नाउ यहाँ पे एक मिस्टेक ये हुआ है दैट देयर इज नो गाय हु लुक्स लाइक मी.
Yeah.
So we should probably go and click on plus, and this time I'm going to put my face here and I'm going to say I have uploaded the picture of Ansh. So now I want you to redesign the entire storyboard and also give me a scene by scene breakdown so that we can take those scenes, convert those into a storyboard, and then the storyboard can be converted into a video. But please use this face.
Every filmmaker in the filmmaking industry, there are hundreds of technicalities and understanding of different camera shots. It would be more like if you want to get more control over the AI and give it a very specific direction on how you visualize it, it would be great to basically say that, okay, I want this scene where Ansh scores the final goal. It should be focused on his feet and he's basically shooting the ball.
Correct. And you know, as you explain me these ideas, like I am recalling all of the football movies I've seen so far. So I've
Yeah.
seen Dhan Dhan Goal.
Yeah.
I have seen Bend It Like Beckham. I have seen a bunch of documentaries on football. Right? तो मुझे लगता है कि because you and I might have seen a lot of football movies, that also influences. When you said that just before the kick, your feet shot has to be there.
Yeah.
How are we getting this idea? Because we've consumed a lot of content. So I
Exactly.
think one prerequisite for anybody who's watching is that before you can come up with great ideas, you need to consume great ideas as well.
Yep.
Right? If you're not consuming great ideas, how will
Like
you?
overall, I would imagine if I were to create this scene, first I will go on YouTube and just search like football movies and watch the trailers of their
Yeah.
movies. Okay, so I can also understand that, oh, this shot is cool, because your taste is what matters and taste is very subjective. So people can see the same thing but have come out with different concepts.
अब एक बार देखते हैं इसने यहाँ पे क्या किया. सो बाय द वे, जैसा आपने बताया ना कि कैमरा एंगल्स का नॉलेज होना चाहिए, दीज गाइज हैव आल्सो एडेड सम बिल्ट इन स्किल्स. यू आर चेकिंग दिस आउट एज वेल. दिस इज वेरी सिमिलर टू योर Claude skills.
Yeah.
So now if you want to make like a demo video, a TVC product ad, an overlay product ad, you don't need a lot of documentation. They have like tons of different skills that you can just use directly. But again, you know, this information is going to be common for everybody by the time we reach December. So now the question is कि ये तो यहाँ तक तो AI baseline ला ही चुका है. What can you do on top of it? Because I think most people, they are not working on their skill set. Whatever AI gives to them is already better than what they can make.
Yeah.
And if AI is doing better than you, you can't improve on top of that, right? So a big call to action for the audiences is that please start working on your skill set, because this thing is moving so quickly. Visualization कर रहा है, video का first draft बना रहा है. You are now seeing Omni do motion graphics also, by the way. So a lot of editors that I knew from my school days and college, they will have such a hard time.
I would say it will filter out the good editors and the bad editors, because always the good editors, they will know how to utilize and optimize their overall process using AI.
करेक्ट. अभी इसने क्या करा है, जो पूरा का पूरा हमारा स्टोरी है उसमें दो कैरेक्टर्स डिफाइन करे, ठीक है. सो वी हैव अंश मेहरा, देन इट हैज क्रिएटेड दिस कूल एलियन, then for the environment it has created like this football field, looks pretty cool. Then you have the object, this is going to be the main football, and then you have an captain's armband. So now that my core components are done, I think now we should go ahead with the scene by scene breakdown.
Perfect.
So I will say, alright, let's go ahead with the scene by scene breakdown so that we can see how everything would visually look like. So can you just help me make the scenes?
If I were to ask you, Ansh, who is your favorite director? What is your answer?
I think the last really good movie that I saw was Andhadhun. Like I was really impressed with Andhadhun. Even Tumbad,
Yeah.
right? Like brilliant movies. So I think these people were like really, really good.
So I can also tell this agent that I really like the direction and cinematography of Zack Snyder and Christopher Nolan, and I really like the color tones that they use, the color grading of the movie. So can you match that for my AI video? And AI will automatically understand the color grading that they do and try to match it in
But
this.
वो ये ना, मुझे पहले ये सब बहुत exciting लगता था. When I started AI, that was my first prompt. Help me create this in the style of Wes Anderson, Zack Snyder, Nolan. I think that will completely kill the entire creative industry, because what are we doing? We're just like copying a bunch of people. Exactly what people are doing with Kumar. Instead of creating something new and breaking the pattern with your own creativity, or using AI to come up with new patterns, what are we doing? Okay, can you make something that looks like that? So we're not using AI to build something new, we're using AI to reverse engineer something that already exists, which is, I think, going to make us dumber and less creative. So now I spend a lot of time asking myself, okay, how can we not copy somebody using AI, but how can I pick small patterns? Maybe like I love Zack Snyder ka cinematography.
Yeah.
Right? He plays a lot with light and contrast and silhouettes. Nolan loves working with formats and ratios. He doesn't do 16:9. He uses 3:4 IMAX. So okay, maybe we take 3:4 from Nolan. We take Zack Snyder ka contrasting.
Exactly.
The new Spider-Man noir movie came in, that was completely in black and white. I really found that interesting, which is like such a new thing.
Yeah.
I've never heard about it. I think this is what we need to circulate more.
And I definitely agree with you. My message is not to like directly copy everything. Again, like in order to learn something, first you need to understand from the legends, from Zack Snyder or from the top leaders in their respective industry. But once you have the taste and judgment, then you can start picking out certain elements from everything and add your own twist on it. And that's when you create a different originality. Because, you know, the Virgil Abloh rule, the 3% rule, like that guy was a creative genius.
But I don't know about the 3% rule.
So the 3% rule is basically you need to take one thing, take one concept and only change it by 3%.
Okay.
And it will become a fully original idea.
Okay, but then how will I decide what is 3% of this? Because an idea is just like an idea.
So what Virgil Abloh did was, I might butcher this by the way. He worked with like Jordans. So there are, you know, Jordan Air Force and everything. So what he did was, he created a new segment which is Nike Air, where, you know, there's a tag on the shoelace and like there's written Air and it's in a subtle different colorway. That is the 3% addition that he did on top of Jordan shoes, and that is like his core formula that he has said. So that's what I'm talking about, that, you know, take the concept that you have and adjust it by 3%, try to innovate it on your own, add your taste on top
थोड़ा
of
सा
it.
incremental improvement.
Exactly.
Got it. So basically, अब जब ये धीरे-धीरे storyboard बनाएगा, it has allocated the alien and Anshmara
That's-
one by one.
That's so good, because it's the most time consuming thing
Correct.
and the most boring thing.
Correct. So now I don't have to waste my time doing @Anshmara,
Yeah.
@alien, all of that referencing. So now we'll assume that this is good to go. It has said I'll make 6 scene cards. Right. So before we generate the final video, we have to first visualize in the form of text.
Yeah.
From text, then you go to images, and then you finally go to the video. And if we were doing this traditionally, by the way, if you and I were sitting with a piece of pen and paper, reaching this diagram and this level of detail, at least 4-5 days.
At least.
Minimum 4-5 days. What we have done right now in a span of say 30 minutes or so.
I mean, to come up with the concept of our villain, our alien, that would have taken like 1 or 2 days, because we would have gone to Pinterest, to multiple sources, and like we tried to innovate our own alien. And the way that AI has done it, that is amazing.
One more concept that I keep talking about is that if every editor and every media house uses AI results as their finish line, after 1 or 2 years, all movies are going to look like the same.
Yeah.
By the way, Bollywood had this big issue, right? Like there was an era, I think after KGF, that a bunch of movies were just copying each other.
Yeah.
So you had every new Bollywood movie, or in general any big blockbuster, was following a set pattern. And I think Dhurandhar broke that pattern.
Yeah.
Like Dhurandhar came and said that, okay, you guys think that Pathan and Tiger Zinda, these are called spy movies. Okay, let me break the pattern completely. So I will take spy movies and I will take inspiration from Hollywood and that entire chapter-driven narrative, right? Like Bollywood never did that.
Yeah.
It is only Dhurandhar that took that entire chapter wala sequence. Bollywood never used to include rap with old songs. But they took old songs and they took rap and they've put it all together. Right? And that is where Shashwat Sachdev ka genius comes into the picture. I think if people learn how to use AI to collect ideas and like blend them together and then build on top of it, tab to kahani sahi direction mein jayegi. But if you look at this and you're like, oh, now my creativity is dead, I'm just going to like prompt and whatever AI gives to me, I'm going to follow that. I think 1 year ke baad sabka social media ek jaisa hi dikh raha hoga.
So you are always directing. You are always in control. If you let AI take the control, AI is just basically like there's a lot of data and AI is trained over that data. So there will be so much AI slop by the end of the year.
Abhi bhi hai.
Yeah. I mean, it's only gonna get more. And like at one point, everyone will be like fed up of AI, and like there are very polarizing opinions of people where some people are on board with AI and some people want that AI should not have existed in the first place. It ruins the creativity. So you will have this polarizing opinions.
When you were making the entire Samir Raina Tanmay Bhatt wala thing, did you know कि मैं ऐसी videos बना रहा हूँ and it would reach like the best of the best people? How was that feeling like?
For the first few days, I was numb.
But is it even legal, like what you're doing?
It's in the gray area, I would say.
But they have not said anything to you. They are very chill
so,
about it.
Yeah, I have talked with Prakhar and everyone. So like they are very chill. They are like, as long as you don't like ruin our images, like
Correct.
I'm basically creating a funny sketches. It's in a gray area. I would say like the overall journey has been definitely inspiring. Nowadays, I would say like most of the Gen Z are more emotionally invested with creators rather than actors, Bollywood actors. So they can create anything in a good way using the creator's face. And that has opened up a new field for them. And that is like very exciting for everyone.
And once the videos went viral, like did you get like new opportunities? Like what happened? Did you have a lot of people trying to hire you, or like what happened?
Yeah, so I had like a lot. I have worked with like YC-backed companies. I have closed a 5-figure client in under like.
And this is after the entire reel went viral.
So it was after like I have done all of this in the matter of like 4 to 5 months only. And like I've closed that. I've met Prakhar. In the background, I'm doing a lot of other things. I have a lot of other commitments also with other brands as well. I'm going to say this first over here. But I'm also creating my own 10-minute short film as well.
Oh, okay.
Entirely using AI. And that is going to be the most hard-working project that I've ever done. So it has definitely opened a lot of doors for me.
So it's safe to say that AI has literally changed your life. Like, I think अगर AI नहीं होता तो आपके पास कोई भी ऐसी opportunity आती
I would say definitely in the short time duration, definitely opportunities नहीं होती. जितनी छोटे टाइम में इतना सब कुछ हुआ है, that won't be possible
Because
without it.
last year AI models were not here.
Yeah.
So even if you had an idea like that, you would not have gone viral at all.
Exactly.
So I think all the money that you're now earning, the precedent was that these models became really
yeah,
good.
exactly. And it was basically me burning my investment, my overall capital on getting more proficient on these AI tools. Like I've burned over like 3 lakhs on just AI tools.
And how
only.
many hours do you practice? Every day, like
Every
how?
day,
Yeah.
I live and breathe in this industry. Like I open Instagram, open YouTube, understand everything. And like right now, I'm just like really fascinated about filmmaking, an obsession because it's going viral because of a YouTuber who created a movie that has shifted the perspective of Hollywood industry.
Yeah. And by the way, right now, अब इसने क्या किया है हमारी पूरी स्टोरी को सीन बाय सीन तोड़ दिया है. So I can make a video out of this, but what I will do is I will first click on preview storyboard so we
Yeah.
can visually see
Yeah.
how these things will look like. And the crazy part is that I can generate these storyboards in parallel.
Yeah.
Right? So for those of you who are watching this, a storyboard is a static drawing. When I was a kid, I used to love editing. Right? तो जो Red Chillies VFX type pages होते हैं या DNEG होते हैं, इन सब के ना VFX breakdowns होते हैं. Red Chillies VFX बहुत अच्छे breakdowns डालता है. So they would show that, you know, पहले ऐसा था और फिर ऐसा हुआ, ऐसे grey scale से color
Green
हुआ.
screen and
हाँ,
फिर
ऐसे
बाद
ऐसे
में,
कर करके. So I used to be like very fascinated that wow, how are they making this? तो उसमें I was watching ब्रह्मास्त्र का BTS. So ब्रह्मास्त्र के storyboarding में it took them 1.5 years to sort of more than 1.5 years actually to just like visualize the characters and the aura and what kind of weapons they will have. I was watching a video, Ayan Mukherjee was in a room और पीछे like sketches पे sketches है.
Yeah.
Right? And you have like crores of money spent into Brahmastra. Right? So the stakes are so high that every day counts.
Yep.
Right? Because if you have 100 people waiting for you and you're paying all those 100 people on a monthly salary, if your storyboarding time goes from 6 months to 3 months, that is 50% reduction in your costs, right? Like right now, the entire Ranveer Singh and Farhan Akhtar wala jo pura hassle hua hai, wahan pe I'm sure a lot of cost went into just like scouting for location, visualizing things with Ranveer Singh in the picture. That's why they're saying we've spent crores of rupees. Ab agar Ranveer Singh backs out, then what will we do?
Yeah.
I think that risk is minimized if you end up
Definitely
with these things. But do you think they will get cheaper with time? Because I kind of have this fear that all of these companies are currently losing money. Right? What if the cost of credit goes so high? By the way, in the world of tech, in software engineering, a lot of companies have stopped their AI subscriptions because they feel that now AI has become so expensive that it's cheaper to have a human being do this. What are your thoughts around that direction? Do you think this will get cheaper or do you think this will get more expensive?
I definitely see the world where like this is gonna get expensive rather than cheaper.
Yeah, I feel that way. I think it will going to become more expensive and not
Because
cheaper.
right now, overall in the economy, I would say like AI companies are like taking a lot of debts just to run this.
Correct.
So logistically, it doesn't make sense.
It's not making sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a great opportunity for these aggregators. So I personally
is true.
feel that Topview as a platform is probably relaxed because it is not the one, making the LLMs.
Yeah.
The real battle is between your Google and OpenAI and Seedance and all these people because they are fighting.
Yeah.
Right? Like last year, Midjourney was the king. Everybody used to talk about Midjourney, and now I see nobody using Midjourney. Like they just went out. So I'll tell you अब हम क्या करेंगे, ठीक है? So storyboard बन गया है. Now the crazy part is if I click on generate video, it has already uploaded all of the images, all of the characters with the prompt.
Yeah.
I can change the duration, I can choose the model, and I'm going to simply click on generate. एक एक करके, we can now generate these scenes one by one. So now, in other platforms, you had to do all of this character stuff individually.
Yeah.
But because each of these have this synced, ये जो pinning वाला part है ना, इसमें it has saved people a ton of time.
Definitely.
So for everybody else who's watching this, if you had to do this manually, I'm saying even if you're using an AI tool, the entire process of pinning the reference in that prompt that this is Ansh Mehra's face @ XYZ blah blah blah, that would take you at least 5 minutes per prompt.
Definitely.
Because you have to like click at the rate. 5 multiplied by 6, that's 30 minutes gone in a single run. Right? And I have parallel execution happening, which is like extremely fascinating.
So we have created the video from the storyboard.
Yeah.
You know, what we can also do is it has in the scene cards as well, where we have generated storyboards, we can create the video as well from there.
Correct.
So let's do this. Let's also create a video from there as well, and we can test. We
Yeah.
can check which one is better, how did it perform, and it will be better for the viewer to understand everything.
Agreed. So now this variation is directly from the text
Yeah.
and this variation is from the prompt or
Yep.
from the image.
Yeah,
So let's see
storyboard.
how that looks like. But like I personally feel that the platform has become too good. It's incredible. It is very rare to see something because we've seen this Spaces kind of a feature by other people. But this time, like the kind of features that they've added with this tagging and all the agents together, like I'm just like very worried about people in general because you know we are in the business of teaching AI.
Yeah.
हमको भी अभी difficult हो गया है to catch up. So we are in the business, and if we are struggling to catch up with all of the updates, I cannot even imagine how it is for a normal
It's
person.
like every 2 weeks there's a major update.
Every 2 weeks.
And like we have to completely shift our focus to one thing to another thing to understand this new feature and how it works.
But do you think this will stabilize? By when do you think all this story will stabilize? Because
think-
this needs to reach some point, right? Like I keep telling people that if you look at the phone or if you look at the laptop, these things have reached a point of diminishing returns. You can't improve much. अब ये TV है, ये TV अब almost ऐसा ही दिखेगा.
Like now we are moving to augmented reality.
हाँ, so now the devices only has changed.
Yeah.
So I feel like by December at least the LLMs are mostly going to be similar. Because at one point ये companies बोले कि भाई अब हम और पैसा नहीं खर्चना चाहते to make them better. But do you feel that no, one of these players will always win, or do you feel that they'll all become equal? And if they become equal, then what will they do? How do you stand out?
I would say like it's hard to imagine what the future is when AI is in the play, because if you look at the history, AI is what, like only 4 years old?
Actually 2.5 and 3 मैं बोलो after GPT
Yeah.
3.5, like
And
the actual
you can
stuff.
see the astonishing improvements in this short amount of time. So it's like really hard to pinpoint or like imagine even in a year where all of this will go. I think it's exciting in my opinion.
No, I am very excited.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just super scary. Like for people who are not learning.
Definitely.
People who are not learning, people who are not evolving, how will people get paid, right? Like I really wish that people take this seriously and sort of learn things on time.
I would say like if you look at history as well, in this case in the early 2000s when there was the website internet boom as well, at that time duration also, like there were a lot of people who were anti-internet, who were very pessimist about like what is this online thing when I can just go over there and like I need physical touch. But like now you see it's like $1 trillion industry. So I feel like the people who are like anti-AI, like obviously there's gonna be people who are anti because no one wants change. Change is very scary. So in my opinion, the people who adopt to this new thing and like learn step by step and understand that, okay, where in my field or where in my skill set, I can add and integrate AI, that layer. I think those are the people who will slowly but surely improve and win in the game of AI.
ठीक है, तो अब हमारा storyboard image से videos बन गए हैं. I want to show you all these videos one by one. What we'll do is I'll put all of these in timeline. So if I go here, एक एक करके ना, I'm just going to put all of these together in the timeline.
By the way, this is a really cool feature of Topview.
Yeah. So let's do the comparison first.
Yeah.
Okay. So this variation is from the storyboard.
Yeah.
But either it has shown 2 footballs.
Yeah. And overall, like his hand is also going.
Let's see this one. ये complete text से है.
एकदम से स्टेडियम भर गया.
So यहाँ पे तो when the football was coming, there was nobody at the
Yeah.
back. Let's see this one. This is from the storyboard.
Oh,
Achha,
the
this is
shit.
the exit, and this is me winning.
Yeah.
So in the audiences, I want to highlight that you will face some challenges with consistency. So in those cases, you can take the last frame of the previous video and use that as the first frame from the next video. So this will happen. See, as I said, this is always the baseline. It is always going to be your responsibility to build on top of it. You can't really expect this to do everything on its own. But yeah, I think compare करके देखा जाए तो storyboard to video is much better as compared to just text because it obviously gets a visual reference. Because storyboard ही तो first frame बन जाता है ना.
I mean it's like a slot machine. कभी-कभी like text
Yeah,
to
yeah,
video भी
yeah.
better हो जाएगा, कभी-कभी story video भी हो जाएगा.
Correct. Complete slot machine behavior है. So let's watch the entire thing. Let's see what it did. मैं एक बारी start से play करके देखता हूँ.
One match. One.
This is really cool, यार.
Goal each. Lose. And this planet is mean.
I like the voice of the alien.
Yeah. Pretty on point.
This is really cool.
Not like this.
अंश में ना पकड़ा हुआ है बच्चे ने.
damn.
This that's some extra scene. वो गलती से
Yeah,
मिल गया
वो
इससे.
key frame में हो
But
गया.
1 मिनट का वीडियो बना है ये.
Yeah.
1 मिनट का है. मेरा शक्ल भी चेंज हो गया.
हाँ.
Kick. One world.
अच्छा, now I'm fighting against the aliens. पैर भी टूट गया.
Flexibility है. Mutual understanding.
Mutual understanding. But like pretty insane. Like
I would say as a first draft,
as a first draft, pretty cool.
it's really good.
I think अगर यही एक human team को बनाना पड़ता है, at least 1-2 दिन तो लगता ही.
Definitely.
I'm not even considering shoot
Definitely.
time. सिर्फ
Yeah,
ये
yeah.
script करने में, visualize करने में 1 or 2
You know,
days.
the best thing about this is that you can create multiple variations of a single scene.
Correct.
And choose the best clips from those variations
And then shoot it in the real world. So folks, I thought कि एक बारी हम अकेले ये सब करने की जगह we should have somebody from the industry join in and actually brainstorm, क्योंकि जब तक AI ये बना रहा होता है मुझे मन था कि थोड़ी बात करते, थोड़ी चर्चा करते, थोड़ा discussion होगा so that you can also take notes and let us know in the comment section if you want similar episodes. Let us know in the comments कि आपको सबसे important insight क्या लगा. अपने notes को comment section में जरूर डालना so that we all can learn from each other. With that being said, thank you so much for staying till the end and I hope that you're taking care of your mind and body. This was your host Ansh Mehra and you were learning from the Cutting Edge School.